I hit the button.
Oh, there we go. Hey, you did it.
All right.
All right, now that we figured out the
Well, I don't know if it did
technology
it
part of things.
or not, because I hit the button and say go, okay, yep, there it is. We're
Okay.
good.
I'm
All
about
right.
to have an attitude. I'm about to figure this out because when I tried to do it, it did not allow. So we are knowing something greater for my
Well, I got it all. I think yep. I got
yeah
green
for
check
my
marks and everything. We good to go.
Okay.
all right, all right, all right. So
All right, who's doing the intro?
You.
Mm. All right, then. All right, y'all. Hey, everybody. Welcome to 6 to 12 Eyes, a podcast where three friends who have been lifelong friends get together and we just talk about random subjects. Over there, at least in my top left corner, that is Latricia Penny. She is an author, she is a counselor, and she is also the head actress of the one-woman show. Is it called Shoes? It was called Shoes, correct?
the walk.
The Walk. My bad. My bad. My bad.
It was
That
the
ain't your
title
bad.
But
Shoes.
That is not
but
your
that
bad.
that down there on the bottom, at least on my screen, that is Xavier Black. You can find out everything about Xavier Black on the Xavier Black Experience on Instagram. He is an artist. He is also an author as well. And I am Mr. Harris, aka Sherman, aka DJ Too Fine. I host Real Radio PHX every month. I am also a personal trainer and a budding, hopefully someday, one day, bright audio narrator. But until then, I am just simply here, part of the co host of 6 to 12 Eyes. So today we're changing things up a little bit. We're just going to go with random stuff and just see what our opinions are. Trish and Trish and Xavier have no idea what I'm going to say, what I'm going to ask. We're just going to react to whatever happens to happen. And that's how it's going to go down. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
get it.
Okay,
First
let's
subject.
do it.
All right, first subject. This one is based on relationships. So the question is it okay? Is okay? Is it okay to like an ex-lover's Instagram or Facebook post while you are in a relationship? And does it matter what kind of picture it is? That question again. Is it okay to like an ex's anything in the social media while you're currently in a relationship? And does it matter which picture you like?
I think there's so many variables to that question,
Mm-hmm.
because the relationship you in, what is that? Is there security in that relationship? Has the trust been broken in there before? So you got trust issues, or is it solid? And it just is what it is, because all of that matters. You know, if you done broke the trust, then hell no, you can't go and be liking no, because you already messed up. You know what I'm saying? You, no matter what you do, you
Fair.
screwed up. You know what I mean? But or
Fair, fair.
if the person you with really has some security issues, nah, you, because you causing yourself issues. Even though it's nothing to it. You should be able to do that, but you know, I don't know.
I
Mm.
would say, like I'm probably once again not the person to ask because I'm not so well versed
I
in
knew that was going to come up.
relational things. Um, my personal thing is if I still follow you, if it's something interesting, if it doesn't mean whatever, whatever, if I like what you say, I like what you say. That does
Yeah,
not mean I'm trying to rekindle anything. It should not be any kind of, oh my gosh, you whatever, whatever on whoever, post or whatever. The people I follow are the people I follow. Doesn't mean that I'm like super connected. If you post something great, I'm gonna usually just like it. I'm not probably gonna comment so much, but if it's something worthy of me liking it in
yeah,
the first place, I'm not probably gonna like you on the beach in a speedo. Like I'm
Ah,
probably not gonna do that.
yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Um, but if it's like just a regular thing or what have you, I don't see it being an issue.
I would absolutely agree. I agree with both of you. If there's like trust issues in a relationship, Yeah,
You better not.
there might be an
Trust
issue.
it.
Don't
Yeah,
do it.
there might be.
You
Like
gonna have
it
some
will be
trust
like,
issues.
girl, why you liking this beach pic? Or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or you know,
Yeah.
maybe come up with an excuse. You know, now I will say, well, yeah, no, I don't know, because I was gonna say, like, if it's a picture of your ex with their new boo and you like it, I guess that's not a problem. I guess that's not a problem. You just like, hey, I'm happy that you're happy, but who knows? I think it's okay.
Again, that depends on those three things I talked about. Because you got trust, security, or past issues, bro. That all of that, you know.
Just if you
Yeah,
have any of those things, just no, just for no
Just
reason
no.
at all.
just no.
Just don't do it
Yeah.
because it will be another conversation. That'll be one of those, you know, you may end up getting the cold treatment is what I'll say.
Mm.
Oh, ooh,
Is what I'll call
ooh.
it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
I
right.
think then people don't feel connected if you feel like if the trust is broken and then they're still unsure. I think as we, you know, get older, the trust is really key. And so you don't feel
Yeah.
connected to people you can't trust. And so it's a little bit more challenging for some, not for everybody, because everybody out here living some of their best lives all kinds of ways. But for others,
I'm gonna let that one
for
go.
others, you know, it's like, nah, not if it's me and you. I don't know. Like, what, yeah, you know? So,
Right. All right. So I think we can agree that, like, if there's trust issues, that's a no-go.
That's a
If we're
no.
good with if we're good in our relationship, then you know, no worries. All
Yeah.
right.
right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's how I agree. All right. So our next subject is on money. You're over 50 and dating somebody seriously. At this age, should you ever completely combine your finances again? And to
It's
follow up,
cricket. I was, I was like,
what you say?
I thought because he paused as if there was more to be said, and then he
okay.
finally said it. I was like,
I found
okay.
this up.
I
All
was
right.
kind of hung, but okay. That's it.
No,
That's
he
it.
said,
There's a follow up, but that's it.
okay.
But the
Okay.
follow up would be simply and when does your partner have the right to know exactly how much money you have, especially at the age of 50 or you're over 50?
That's a hard question for me to answer correctly. I mean, for me to answer at this point, just because of where I am in my life, everything is too new. You know what I'm saying? Because now you asking me to envision someone in my space, and I don't envision nobody in my space right now. You know what I mean? And especially, yeah, I'm the wrong
I mean,
person to ask.
you know, would you really need to combine at this age fully? I mean, unless you all have like some joint stuff that you all are doing together.
I don't think so. My personal opinion, like, well, I mean, I've been in a relationship for 400 years, but if it was to be somebody new at this age, you got what you have, I have what I have, and let's just be cool. You don't need to know how much money I make at the end of the day, or we definitely don't need to combine finances. Or if we did combine finances, maybe we have a little small little checking account that we each contribute to, but I don't think you really need to have access to my bank account, especially if we're
Okay, so
dating after 50.
okay, so I guess that would be the bigger question because the only time I could see actually combining things would be marriage. You could
Right,
say,
Exactly.
right.
or
And the subject
or
is we're just
yeah,
dating.
yeah, dating absolutely.
Then absolutely positively not. What the hell you mean? What the hell do you mean? Are we combining finances and we just date? No, let me change that. Hell no, we ain't combining no finances and we just date. What are you talking about? What kind of
I
question
agree.
is that? What were you smoking when you wrote that question down? That's crazy. Shit.
I agree. I agree. And I wasn't smoking nothing. I just came up with it.
Like,
I was
no,
waiting
no.
till after the show to smoke.
I'm thinking, you know, combined finances, that's something really, really serious, you know,
Right.
and you guys, you know, you doing things and you building, you know, and there's a combining of two people, you know, which would
Mhm.
include finances.
Right.
You know, but if
Right.
you
And I
just
do think
dating,
it.
you
I don't
just
even.
dating. Yeah,
Okay, so there's this. Even with that, I think the knowledge of maybe what people have, and then you get to decide whether you end up combining, even if you are dating, because that's just kind of an important conversation, I think, too.
Mm, I mean, yeah. Well, this is going to go back to a trust issue, and is there
Hmm.
is there longevity? Do you see this being a long term commitment?
Yeah.
I mean, especially after you get 50, you have to start having health concerns, and if something happened to
Hmm.
me, you might need somebody to be able to handle that business for you. But I don't know if you're just dating. No, I'm not.
If
Dating
you
has to
if
be.
you're with somebody, then you're with somebody, and that comes with all of that. In my head, right? I
Yeah.
can't. I'm trying to answer your question, Sharon, but
I hear you.
but in terms of just we're dating. I just can't even. No, no,
Hmm. Yeah, we're not
no.
committed.
Right. All right. So I hear that. All right. So if you're dating, absolutely not. We're
Just
not
no.
sharing. We're not sharing finances. Just no. Just
Hmm.
we good. I'm taking
And
you
it
out to
don't
dinner. We'll
matter
be all
it don't matter the dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's a it don't matter. Just leave it at that. Yeah, it don't matter.
right.
Can our no get any no earth?
Yeah,
Like,
Ooh, Xavier over there thinking right now. Okay. All right.
yeah.
All right. So this next one is on your adult children. So we're all starting to approach that age. Well, I've got grandkids, but we're all starting to deal with this. So the question is, when does helping your grown ass children become enabling them?
When your help exceeds the amount of effort that they put out themselves,
yeah.
because as an adult, um, you need to be able to stand on your own. Having some assistance or needing help, we didn't all been there, but there's a level of independence, there's a level of self-sufficiency, there's a level of responsibility that you need to have as an adult to be able to do adult things. Pay your bills. However you get your money, you pay your bills on time. You have a roof over your head. You have some sort of stability. You develop those things. Now it don't happen correct right over time. I mean, it doesn't happen immediately. You're 18 and you grown. Or even for us, we went to college. Not everybody does takes that route. But those 4 5 years, 6 years, or whatever we spent in there, 23, 24, 5 years old, we were living in this utopia. We didn't have to do all of that. We didn't have it for real, not like it is, not
Mhm.
like our peers who didn't go to college and had to go out and actually get real jobs to pay real bills if they didn't have a support system. But you want to get to the point where you have some sort of stability, and you know what that is, I would think.
Right, Miss
Okay.
Penny.
Okay. So because I am in the space of someone who was able to, put the money where the mouth is, go out, be on their own, and then things shift. And so rebuilding, went back to school and did a whole lot of other stuff. And I think I would agree in regards to, as long as the effort is being made for sustainability, self sustainability,
Mhm.
however, whatever that looks, and assistance, and not just like they just chilling. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I'm
You go to
willing
work,
to,
come home, and they in their drawers and t-shirt.
yeah,
House
looking at you
ain't
crazy,
clean.
asking you
Food
why,
ain't
where the
made.
food at,
Ain't
so
cleaning nothing, expecting dinner to be there like it's
right.
old
So,
times. Like,
but
nah.
if you're showing that you are interested in shifting, doing better, trying your best, because things are a lot different than what they were when we were coming up too. So, like, it's been a whole lot of changes. It's been a whole lot of whatever with the job market. It's just been a whole lot of different dynamics, I think, for this era. Some of them are really great, some of them have not been. and you don't know until you actually like watch people kind of go through some of the different stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, it was easy to I'm not even gonna say easy because I was in school and I was working and I was having to do the build thing a little bit different, because the dynamics were different. And
Right.
so I also feel that that impacted like my ability or my desire to want to make sure, like that my daughter did have somebody to fall back on if anything did happen. Because, sometimes we always don't, I didn't really have it like that or didn't seek it out. I'm not even going to say whether I did or didn't. I didn't know that I probably could ask and get different stuff,
Right.
so.
Right.
So for me, it's just like, okay, as long as they doing what they need to be doing, because and have the desire, and that is the goal. I could be supportive. If I feel like I'm working more than you, then absolutely we ain't doing that.
Right. Right. Because there comes a
If I'm
certain
working
time
more
I shouldn't be working harder than you and you
for your
living off
goals,
me.
yeah.
Absolutely. No, I think I would agree. I think if there's I agree with both of you that as long as the effort is there and you're trying to do something, then that's a different story. I don't think
Hmm.
it's enabling.
Hmm.
If you just doing your thing, you're just coming in the house, living your life, and you're not really doing anything, then yeah,
Hmm.
that's enabling. That's we're taking care of
Hmm.
something. So follow-up question to that is if your 30-year-old needs to come back home, are you charging them rent?
No,
Why are they coming home?
because you said needs to come back home. Needs to come
Yep.
back home meant something happened and they've exhausted all their resources and they ain't got nothing else.
Hmm.
Because that means had to. Because
Yeah.
outside of that, the harsh reality and I say this back now, loud. But when I heard it, to me, oh, it was it's crushing to hear this, right? But the
Stabs you in the heart.
reality is you're a grown ass man for a man, a grown ass man. You 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Don't matter. You're a grown ass man. And the world expects you to stand on your own 2 feet.
Hmm.
And it just is what it is. And don't nobody give a shit about you, whether you do or you don't, really. And you judge by what it is that you do. So there's no sympathy. Um, so you get to the point where, if you've exhausted all your resources, then yeah, I want you out on the street. Come on. But make good
Right.
decisions. And that, you would think that prior to that, you've instilled enough information, enough knowledge, and put them in good situations where they can make good decisions. They aren't just making bad decisions to have to um end up moving back home at 30 because shit happens. Because maybe you in a relationship and the relationship ends and y'all was doing everything half, and then that's no longer the thing and you can't afford to be out there on your own necessarily. So no, come on. And I'm not charging you. Spend your money, be wise. Again, it depends. How you moving?
What you say?
Absolutely.
You
Yeah,
can't have 12 Amazon packages every other day.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, no. You're not about to go hit the club with with your
yeah,
people and then
yeah.
come home at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, no,
Because you
we're not
want to do
doing all
that,
that.
then you need to. That's grown man shit. And I keep
Right.
saying man because that's my reference point, and that's what I'm raising as well. So I don't want to
Right.
just I don't want to
Right.
just make it seem like it's just men, but it's just an adult thing. It just is what it is. Because if
Right.
I had a young lady, a young woman or daughter, I would like to think that I would be similar. I can't say I'd be the same
Hmm.
because it just is what it is. It is different.
Yeah, and
It
I,
would be
I I
similar.
don't know anything other than so
Yeah,
like once
yeah.
again, if you have to, because like I said, sometimes the situation presents itself where you have to, and that's one
Right.
thing. And I'm with you. I'm not going to be charging you. I ain't kicking you when you're already down, because to me you already
Yeah.
down. Because if
Right.
you
Man,
if
listen,
you
I
if
know
you had
people,
to
I
ask,
know, I know people who
yeah.
will do that. I got
I do too.
Man, get out of
Yeah,
here. Fuck out of here.
yeah. Like, why
But
would I pick you when you got?
especially my kid. Now we ain't talking about some other person. We talking about the person, a child that I bore, I raised,
Mm-hmm.
you know, came out of me, came through me, out
Mm-hmm.
of her, through her, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Mm-mm.
No, I hear you. I wouldn't. I yeah. Again, it depends on the effort. I mean, hell, when Seth moved to Germany at 19 years old, I think we kept his bedroom exactly the same for like 4 years, just in case something don't work out. You know, you can come back home. So
Mm-hmm.
I 100% agree. But I wouldn't charge him rent. It depends on how. It would just depend on how you handle your business, like Efo said. So, all
Mm-hmm.
right. So we're not charging our kid rent if the effort is there. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. So our next subject is friendship. And I find this question actually really interesting because I think we've all kind of dealt with this, but this one's good. So you've been friends with somebody for 30 years, but you've clearly outgrown them. Do you owe them loyalty because of your history? And a follow-up, can somebody be a great friend but no longer belong in your current life? And I can repeat it if you need me to.
Stick with one at a time.
All
Do
right.
friendship
So
first.
you've been friends with somebody for 30 years, but you've clearly outgrown them. Do you owe them loyalty because of your history?
You have to define outgrown because
I've
because
hmm,
I have friends that have not taken the same educational path as I have.
Mm-hmm.
Consequently, I have had jobs, careers that they could only dream of, right? So when you say outgrown, what do you mean? Because we're still friends in spite of the fact that I had a job, you know, or titles and all the other bullshit, you know, and they didn't. What do you mean? I don't because that's what I'm equating when you say outgrown. I don't see what that is. Because if you are true friends, then your financial status really don't matter.
I would
I don't know if I would have considered the outgrown thing in a financial. I would think it would be more of an emotional, like people not being in the same or have the same thing. But I still would question
that's
whether outgrown would be the term that I would use around it. I think that sometimes, and not that this sounds so much better, but sometimes you may be on the same wavelength with people for a while, and then somehow the wavelength shifts for whatever reason. And it may not have anything to do with the two of you. Like some people, you just be on the same path, and then all of a sudden your path change, and it doesn't mean, and you just don't talk to them as much. Some people.
That's I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just, I guess since we didn't have anything about the question, and I'm just thinking out loud as I'm saying it, because
no,
financial
that's
would not be the thing either for me to say I've quote unquote outgrown. And that's what I say. I don't know if I would do the outgrown. I know people use that a lot. But I will say that they've been, especially just even with this moment or even with this weekend, there have been I was a hot damn mess when I was younger, as far as like very rigid around a whole lot of stuff. And I could be considered more, if I'm stop messing with you, I stop messing with you. And I don't even really give a darn about whatever. And looking back now, it's like, dang, Latricia, like, I don't know if that was cool, how you responded if somebody was a friend. Like, that could have been a conversation. It could have been, I'm just noticing myself at different times around certain people. And I can't say, like some people I still talk to, some people I don't. I don't know if I outgrew them. We don't talk that much anymore. I don't have malice, you know,
mm.
either. I just, like they may have been a thing, and, you know, we just don't. Go
I
ahead.
think that um like everything, there's a reason and a season. And at sometimes, some point, the season comes to an end. It might
Hmm.
be really short, it might be really long. You know what I mean? But when it's run its course. I mean, I've had sitting here again. We didn't have time. We just heard these questions for the first time. So first thing came to my mind, obviously, was the different disparity in finances. Because I got somebody that I consider a really, really good friend, and we're different financially. You know what I mean? But that's my man's 50 grand. And but when you think about it emotionally, I've had or just outgrown from a perspective of how you move, what you do on a regular basis. I can see that because there have been people that, you know, we referred to them before, now saying names, were you still doing the same things that you were doing 25, 30 years ago? And I don't move like that. So there is that kind of outgrown, but then that goes back to the reason and the season. The season changed for you, for me. You know, there was growth, and I no longer want to move in the same circles that we moved, that we were comfortable in. I'm not comfortable in anymore. You good, but the seasons change. It's time for me to move on. And there have been relationships that have been that way, but then, you know, when you really look at it, the season changed, or maybe you had growth, or maybe you were just, you know, you decided to move differently. And in moving differently, for me, I realize that I'm a giver and I'm an overgiver. And most times when I pull back, a lot of times when I decided and I see things and I pull back, I see that the dynamic of the relationship changed. Things maintained because I was the one calling. Things maintained because I was the one checking up. I was the one doing this. I kept doing. I kept doing. And then when I didn't do that anymore, there was no reciprocation, but the relationship had changed.
Fizzle is all the way gone.
Yeah, it was gone, but it was held together by, you know, me doing what it is that I did, you know, and there was never so again, you look at it, you're like, yeah, if it was really a friendship, would that have necessarily happened? But you know, again, reason in the season. Shit happens, man.
Yeah.
We've been here 54 and 53, 55 and 54 years, you know, collectively. Sorry. Sorry.
I was gonna take the 54, but I'm kind of proud of 55. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh well, no, technically, I didn't mess up. So
no, you didn't,
because I only talked about you and I.
I'm on my way.
Yeah. You ain't there yet. You
couple weeks.
Yeah. Talk to me when you get there.
You still a youngster.
Listen, I'm gonna take it. Yeah, that will probably be the last and only few people that call me that.
Right.
But so as you were speaking, I'm thinking of, you know, some of the friendships or what have you that did the same thing. Like I know that there are times when I take sabbaticals from, you know, just emotionally myself, and it's like I don't have it to give, and I realize at different times. And I think it was a blessing where you don't have it to give. And just noticing that when you don't have it to give, whether people will, you know, or how the expectation is for you to show up, you know, because you do, you know, hell, I definitely, you know, will be the one check, you know, I used to. I can't say that I do a whole lot of extra managing anymore. If people cross my mind, I have done a lot better about if you cross my mind, I'm going to try to reach out. I'm indifferent to whether you respond or the time frame in which you do or whatever. There's some people I don't talk to, but I know it doesn't matter. You know, like it does not matter whether we go a year, 5 years, or whatever, we still the same and we're still good. And then there's some people where it's like, not so much. I'll just say that. you know, it's like,
I when hearing you say that, I'm like, I used to say that about this one individual, and you know, but I realized for me, it was always me doing that. We might not have talked for a long time. It was always me doing that. But when I went through, you know, what I've been going through the last couple years, and I realized I didn't have, like you said, I didn't have a capacity to reach out because I was so
In it.
consumed with
Yeah.
everything else that I was going through, and you
Mhm.
realize, like, damn, I ain't talked to such and such, and because you ain't did what you do. In spite of, it just puts things in perspective.
Yeah.
It put things in perspective for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Part of my problem was I expected people to move like I moved. I expected for people to care like I care, but that is not the reality. It's not. It's just not. Most people don't give a fuck, and it just, they'll say that they do, and
Right.
but the
Right.
reality is no, you don't, and maybe you shouldn't, but you don't. Don't act like you do.
Okay, so I'm gonna just throw this out there because I could be
All right.
considered that for some. That I don't give or check in or whatever if I know, and I ain't even gonna say if I know, but I don't always feel like I don't care. I just also know that with the same 24, I may not be able to, or it may not hit my mind, especially after the last couple of years I had. A whole bunch of things didn't hit my mind. so, so as far as like following up or whatever, it wasn't always that I didn't care. It was just like I did not I just didn't. And it didn't mean that I didn't send a prayer. It didn't mean that I didn't send love when I thought about the person. But I may not have connected with them. And I'm, like I don't know. I can't say, if somebody was to get mad at me for it, I guess that would be okay too. Or feel like I didn't,
I mean, that's a
even though I
possibility.
wouldn't necessarily say that wasn't, I wouldn't say that would be my truth. Like I didn't check in on you because I give less than two fucks. That would not be the thing that comes to mind.
No, you don't want to
Mm.
say it that way, but you prioritized it, and it wasn't high on the priority list. You trying to soften this, but the reality is, Trish, there's no way in the hell you could say that me going through what I went through, you didn't check up on me.
That's different.
Why is it different? Why is it different? Because you care. You care. And there are other people you don't really care about like that. Not I mean it's just the reality is what it is. It's not bad. It
I
just
don't know. Okay.
and then
Go ahead.
now there are some people who just don't they don't care at
Mhm.
all. But in terms of
Right.
priorities, you prioritize it. Some people you are. And there are people who I expected to prioritize me that didn't. And it's
Mhm.
like, oh, it puts things in perspective.
Mm. Mm. That makes sense. Okay. So a nice little follow-up question. So, and you kind of answered it. Can somebody be a great old friend, but no longer be in your current life?
Yeah.
My answer is absolutely yeah, because there's some people that I hung tough with for like maybe 3 or 4 years, but we just went in different directions. And even meeting those people now, like you said earlier, you still doing the same thing you were doing 30 years ago or 10 years ago. And I've evolved from that.
Yeah.
But we've had some great times. We have really had some amazing times. And we've been there for each other and had some, just singular events that just happened in our lives as our friendship was. But as we moved on, you can no longer, those people cannot really occupy my space. Like we're friends, I can check on you on Facebook, but I'm not going to invite you to the crib, for a current party or whatever it may be. I'm like, we're good. And if I run into you, we're good, but we had some good times. But right now you just can't be in this space, because if you're in this space, you're going to bring all that things that we were doing 30 years ago back to light, and nobody's trying to go back there while you're still currently living in. You're not a bad person by any means. I mean, you still okay, but we just can't occupy the same space anymore. It's just we just don't vibe like that. Is that wrong?
No. Reason in the season. You had what you had. You got ex-girlfriends that you like. I ain't mad at you. I remember the good times we had, but we ain't together no more. It's cool.
Right.
Same different. Same
Right.
different.
I
Okay.
What do you
okay,
think?
so
Come on, counselor.
Listen, okay, so of course I'm gonna say something, but I've had people where it depends on what the thing is. Like and I don't like. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I've had people where we were good friends. To me, we never stopped being good friends, whether we talked or not. If we do connect, I'm able to pick up. A lot of times the same space that we were in, and maybe because I would just say my younger years weren't okay, so maybe they were doing some of the same stuff y'all was doing, but that's not how I connected with my friends. So we were never there. So I wasn't like they always had the stuff that they were doing, and sometimes we were in alignment, sometimes we weren't. Um, but it wasn't like I could not just connect with them still presently, and we still kind of pick up in the same spaces. So and it wouldn't be a thing. And it's almost like and that up and we may not talk for another 5 years or whatever. But oh, you in Charlotte, oh, let's go have dinner. And we have dinner and we connect and move on and catch up and it'll be whatever it'll be about time we do it the next time. And so and not necessarily the oh my gosh, you still, we both like, oh damn, we should have did better. We didn't, and here we are, because we do have a lot of different things. And maybe I haven't prioritized. I haven't been really good at just checking in all the time with people, and they, for whatever happened with them, like whether it's you got family stuff going on, or somebody is sick in your family, or somebody's doing this, and so your time looks different, and what you prioritize, you may only can prioritize 2 or 3 folks as opposed to the 10 that you actually want to check in on or whatever. And they the same with you because life has been kicking everybody's butt around family,
See,
relationships, whatever.
I think you looking at this too broadly because everybody ain't your friend. The word was friend.
Oh.
My circle of friends is small. It's very very small. And people were friends that are no longer friends. We don't mean we beefed out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But we're not friends.
There's no beef.
Not like that. You know what I'm saying?
There's no beef, but we're just not spending that kind of life together. We're good.
Friend can call me anytime and we talk about whatever's going on and need me. I can try to be there. Associates, people I was cool with.
Mm-hmm.
Just
kind of, you all right. You all right.
Maybe the thing was broad.
Well, I mean, it was friends and acquaintances, so we can definitely say that there's a difference between friends and acquaintances.
What have you?
Yeah, and that makes a big difference, I think. Mm-hmm. All right, you ready for the next subject?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
This ought to be interesting from all 3 of our perspectives. All right, this one is on sex and aging. You ready? Don't be embarrassed. All right. So why are we comfortable talking about almost everything after our 50s, except for how our sex lives change?
It depends on who you ask, though, I think. I think more people more recently have been more open about sex.
Yeah.
I would say so too. I would agree. When I saw this question, I thought this was interesting, but I think it's a much more open conversation now, especially after 50.
I think everybody has been talking about they talk about all kinds of every kind of sex right about now that they didn't used to. When I was coming up, we didn't talk about it so much, or I didn't hear people. But I do think that there's this age thing where everybody gets comfortable with all of the stuff. Like all of
Well, not even just that. It's everywhere. You know what I mean? Well, when we were growing up, it wasn't out like this. I mean, we didn't have access to everything, and then you didn't. As far as society, some things were still taboo. Well, hell, you can turn on cartoons on TV on a regular day and see sex. You know what I mean?
Or sexual jokes.
Sexual jokes, sexual innuendos.
Yes.
So it makes more sense that people of our age or people over 50, are now much more open and talking about it. I mean, every television show, it don't matter. It's all over. Yeah.
Everything. No, I agree. That was kind of a crazy question, but especially I think just because of generations and stuff, people just talk differently now. Like our grandparents would never talk about it, but
Mhm.
our parents maybe not when we were first coming up, maybe later on in age, but like we came up talking about it. Like it wasn't a big thing. I mean, hell, listen to half the music that we listened to.
Our
So
parents sang about it, and they sang,
yeah,
and the way they sang about it was, you know,
low key.
it was low key. When you listen to words, like, oh, what they say, you know, before
Oh, they talking about that?
yeah, before then you had a couple songs, but then in the 70s, yeah, them songs got real sexual, and then but they were overt, and then
Mhm.
our generation was just like, we the pop that pussy, we that generation.
Right.
Porn movie on the radio. Let's
Yeah,
get it.
exactly. So
You got
yeah,
questions?
it makes sense.
Finding out about new things. All right. So a follow-up question for that one is sex more important, less important, or just different now that we're after over 50?
Man, you asking the wrong dude.
Some of these answers I could actually predict. And that was one.
Like, you are asking the wrong dude, bro. You gotta ask me that. Give me 2 years, bro. Ask me in 2 years how I, what? What is that?
You got a
You
thought
think-
though. Whether you got a thought.
Is it more
You got a
okay?
thought. Is it more important, less important, or just different now? So think about like in the 20s. I mean, freshman, sophomore year of college, this all was on my mind all day, every day. Wake up in the morning, go to class. Who's getting some tonight? That's how it was, or this afternoon, or the next morning, or later on.
I'm so glad you said that, Sherman. I'm so glad you said that. You know what I mean?
said it. I ain't got nothing to hide. Anybody who knew me back then already knew. So I ain't got nothing to hide. Is it less
But do you
important
think
now?
but that's when you were younger. So I would venture to say that everybody matures around certain things and just look at it a little bit different than I don't think it will. I think that everything should change from what it was in your 20s, maybe.
Fair.
Fair. I still believe that everything should still be healthy, though.
Fair. I like how you did. I like how you said that.
You know, like you don't want to deprive your health in any kind of way either. And so I guess my final Jeopardy answer is it may look different.
Okay, that's a good answer. All right.
From the
Jeopardy answer is it may look different.
I agree. It definitely it definitely looked different from in the 20s for sure, even in the 30s. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stick with that. I won't, just say
I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I'm gonna leave y'all alone on that one. All right. Next subject. We are talking about phones on our next subject. So, should your spouse or your significant other know the password to your phone?
Why not? Again, remember them 3 questions we had earlier about whether or not you should like a thing? Do you got trust issues? Do you know, have you messed up before? Is there insecurity on her part where she ain't dealt, or they have not, your partner hasn't dealt with previous issues? Them same 3 questions from before apply to this thing here, because no, it should be an issue. You got a password.
Fair, Miss Penny.
I mean, I wouldn't care.
And besides, there are apps now where you could spoof shit, and then you doing whatever you want to do, and you not even, the person won't even know that that's the app that they supposed to be on to see that you doing. Come on, man.
Oh my, what'd you say? Because you can still sneak around, may as well.
Yeah, you still could do it, but yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, if you want,
Oh goodness, I wouldn't care. I have. Okay, so
for emergency purposes, that's it.
I would say this, just because of what I do, I would not, because a lot of my information.
That's your profession, though.
Yeah.
So for professional reasons, I would say no. For anything else, I would say yes.
Yeah, for your phone, for your profession, there's ethical reasons why that would not be a
Yes.
good idea. So that makes perfect sense.
But for
Absolutely.
anything else, I really wouldn't care.
I can't even
Me,
think of how many times I'm doing something and I'm like, open my phone, going to do whatever. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So, but again, I ain't have nothing to hide. I wasn't, in my now. Had you asked me that in my 20s? Hell no, she can't have my goddamn passcode. Are you
Ain't
kidding me?
nobody have my passcode back then. No. No, in fact, don't even hold my phone. Put it down.
Why are you looking at it? Why are you looking at it?
why you have why's my phone in your possession? No.
But
Absolutely
there is
not.
a thing too. To me, though, it's like, have I done that? I'm sure maybe one day I did. But I don't think, because that's a whole lot of energy to feel like you got to do that, and
What?
then
Go through somebody's
that,
phone?
yeah, that's
I'm not
like
trying to do
some.
all that. I don't
It's a lot.
yeah.
By the time you get there, it's like so many other stuff, that's going on. I think anyway. Um,
I would agree.
yeah. So that's just
If you're
it. Just
looking for
seems like
something,
a
you're
lot.
gonna find it. So well, that's
I
putting
mean,
a
but
lot of
you
energy out there.
well, but the other piece is though, for most people, it's already because you already know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One thing, and I think that's the
yeah,
bigger thing. Like people don't realize when you're doing something, your energy shifts with the person who knows you. You instantly know
that's
when people are doing something different or their attention somewhere else because you're not the freaking same with the person who you be with all the time.
fact.
It ain't even
That is
like
a
you ain't got to
valid
be no
point.
genius for that one.
That is a valid point. Oh, that's a valid point. All right. So follow-up question to that is so we talked about like giving them the passcode. Now, if that significant other or spouse won't give it up to them, does that automatically mean they're hiding something? I say back to what you said. I already know something's going on. So
Hmm.
if you're not gonna give it up, then that's kind of evidence that like there's
Yeah.
a trust issue. There's a
Yeah.
trust issue.
And it may not even, there may not be, there may not be, that person may not be doing something to hide, but they have this trauma that they ain't ever dealt with, and this is the way that they move, which is unhealthy. So
Right.
now
And
they
then
could
what you
be
say that
hiding
for
something.
both?
I would no, I'm saying the person who wouldn't give it up. It could be for both though, for
Yeah.
sure. It could be
Okay.
for both.
Hmm.
The person, because I don't want to say that the person that didn't want to give
Hold
up
on one second.
information is automatically doing something nefarious. You know what I'm saying? It could be they have unresolved issues that they never, I don't know. Whatever that is. I know therapy works. That's all I'm saying. I'm an advocate for going and talking to somebody and working it out. If you got to lay on the leather couch, lay on the leather couch. You know what I'm saying? Work through your childhood issues because we
Right.
all have them. We all
Right.
got them. Come on, man. You think you don't? You lying to your damn self. Make
This-
that be a clip. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Okay. Sorry, I had to go let my mom in. I'm back now.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. So there's this weird term that's out in social media right now, and I wasn't quite sure what it is, but I had to look it up to make sure that I understood because clearly it's for young folks and those terminologies change as you get older. So the question is, it's about social media. Are people of our age too damn old to be thirst trapping on Instagram? So if you need a definition of thirst trapping,
Absolutely.
I know what.
all right,
You
perfect.
don't know what a thirst trap is.
See, I knew so because your child is younger. Well, no, that's not even
not
fair
really.
either.
Yeah, but yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I didn't
So
know what it was,
that's
so I had to
the
look it
So
up.
have I heard the term before? Absolutely. Do I know what the
I never have.
definition is? No. There I could, you know, anyway.
What's your guess? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, what's your guess? What is your guess? I'm interested.
I want to
cheated. I
know
looked
what
it
the
up.
definition is, because otherwise I'm just gonna look it up myself because I was waiting on that.
All right. So, fast answer is a thirst trap is a photo, video, or post shared on social media that intentionally designed to attract attention, admiration, or flirtation or flirtatious interest, often by highlighting someone's appearance, confidence, or sex appeal. So, gym selfie, beach selfie.
Okay, read the question again one more time.
So the question is: Are people our age too damn old to be thirst trapping on Instagram? So basically,
I would say anybody who asked that question need to stop hating on people who love themselves just like anybody else, just because there's some people that's over 50 that's doing it. You know what I mean? That's taking care of themselves, that look great with I mean, no filters, none of the other stuff. They working out, they eating healthy, skin's glowing, hair's not, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know, and it's theirs, you know, men and women.
I agree.
Over 50.
I think
because this dude that I follow that's over 50 and they work out and they're workout enthusiasts. And you know, when they post their videos, yeah, you could say it's to someone who found them sexually attractive. Yeah, you could say that they were doing that, but to somebody like me, like, no, that's my motivation because I want that. They over 50, they doing this like this. I can do this like this. That routines they following, I can do these routines, you know. So yeah, stop hating, men and women. I see over 50 that's doing it.
I have a caveat for that.
Okay.
I think there's a difference between taking a face picture or taking a selfie of you working out or your really good outfit, and then I think there's you looking good with your outfit or looking good with your girls, and I think there's a difference when, and this may be different, like the angle of the pic, or if all the only thing on your Instagram is just you at the beach in that,
take the beach out of it. Because
little pose, or you at the club,
trying to be attractive to other people. Think about all of those posts that the gray beard gang, okay, gray beard, clean, you know what I'm saying? All of them, bam. You know what I mean? They oozing sex appeal, over 50 and all of the things, and you know, it just is what it is. When we clean up, we look nice. It just is what it is. You can't hate.
Because I think it's in context. I just think it's in context.
I think I would probably have to agree with Sherman in regards to sometimes context. I have no issue. I don't have no problem.
You got to show me a context. Show me a context where you seeing somebody over 50, right? That's
okay. So when the when some of the comments that are made is, I am making this post because I got some bills to pay and I need y'all to go ahead and like or do whatever, or there's are some of them.
So what's the age got to do with it? Age ain't got nothing to do with that. If that's what you're doing, and there's a moral issue, if you 20 or if you 60. Okay, it don't matter. If you 50 and you can still get it, don't be hating on them if people gonna pay you to show your stuff and you 20 and you can't get it, or you 50 and you can't get it, you know. But it again, I don't think it matters. I think you should be able to do whatever you want, because there's some people who are doing thirst traps who are under 50, who I quite honestly believe should not be doing thirst trap type videos, because you think you look good, you think that you're attractive, you think that you're sexy, but it is not. Not to me, to somebody else, maybe so, you know. So why? And I'm not telling them you shouldn't be doing that, because half of I don't want to get too descriptive, your stuff is just hanging out in wrong places. They ain't supposed to hang out like that, right? I could say that.
Yeah, so,
why they gonna be hating on somebody over 50 who looking good and flaunting it?
Right.
No. You should do whatever you want. If we gonna discriminate, I want to discriminate
across the board.
Discriminate. Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. I could do the across the board, because I think my
all right.
So But would that be considered, and I'm just throwing this out here because it may not even land, but would that be almost still considered that if people are still doing the same maturity level thing? So would that be similar to the friendship thing that, oh, you still doing the same thing you was doing when you was 25 or 35 or what, like, could you look at it that way or no?
When
I think it's different.
Myself the other day, clean as hell. I'm feeling sexy than a motherfucker. I am giving all types of sex appeal. I am over 50. Okay. You can say what you want. You can feel how you want about it. All right? I know how I felt about it, and I know how it was received as well. So, you know, shit. Fuck.
I mean, I agree. I think if somebody's just hating on it, I think and it depends on the age, but like I think it's just like almost like a form of ageism. Like what? I can't be 50 and still be fly. Like what is that? I mean, like Dre, there's 2 pictures on my Instagram. I'm like, God damn, sir, whoa. But it wasn't intentional though. You know what I'm saying?
65-year-old fit woman, 65-year-old fit black woman.
You ain't got to tell me, bro. I follow how many people I follow.
No, you like because you got the Instagram, you got the work, but then when she steps and she got on the clothes and she wearing them, boom.
You ain't mad.
Not at all.
Not at all. No.
Okay.
I think we should be allowed.
The ones that shouldn't be wearing it. You ain't got no goddamn business. Ain't supposed to fit like that.
I'm saying the same thing because I'm like you shouldn't be hating. Positivity. I'm there, but if you 50 and you can flaunt it, why the hell not? Like
why not?
I agree.
But would that be considered a thirst trap if you're just looking good though? Like I guess that would be my thing because if you're looking good and you're showing that you're looking good,
somebody else might look at that as saying you trying to look at what you're trying to do when you just being you. You can't. I can't help it because my light shine.
Yeah, so that would be different because it's like, is that really a thirst trap or is it the perspective? Like if you're looking good, you are looking good, and that's just
made up ass word.
Well, I think, and it's probably the definition of the word thirst trap is just crazy because, like, who's to say that somebody's doing it intentionally just to get likes, and who's to say it's not? Again, context. Like, it might just be like, hell, me and Heather looking good today. Pop, pop, clack, clack, and then you get a whole bunch of, oh, you guys look so good. Look at how great you age gracefully. Blah 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 blah. Or you could take the picture of somebody and be like, oh, y'all just trying to brag or something like that. Or
anything.
And they're like,
I think it's
people to see. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, you want likes because you put it out there. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You put yourself out there. It is what it is.
I think thirst trap is wrong.
Stop hating. I think that everything behind thirst trap sounds hating to me.
I 100% agree. I just don't like the term. I'm like, I don't get it. Yeah. Like, and somebody doesn't like it, it's just basically hating. That's all. If you don't like it or you just talking crap about it, you just hating or just rage baiting. So that's something completely different. So
listen, if that was the case, I was a thirst trap all day yesterday, Sharon.
No surprise.
Looking just, oh my God, let me tell you.
Hey, the pink was fly though. I'm gonna give you that. The pink was fly. I was like, damn, my brother pulled that off. I am not mad right now.
Wearing this better than a bunch of y'all in here, and there's a bunch of AKs. Get out of here.
I mean, I would have been just as fly. I mean, it's a room full of AKs. Somebody, you got to show out a little bit. You got to do something. I ain't mad.
I really like that picture behind you. That sun looks like it's coming off for real, Trish.
I'm back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh. All right, Sharon.
He's on mute.
Sharon, you're on mute. Nope. Still got the little mute microphone muted. You see it? Look at the screen.
Yeah, hit your button because I did that too.
I hit it by accident. My bad.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's the
Talk
subject
about
that
being over 50.
we gonna save these other ones for next time.
Okay.
And you're still not gonna get a chance to hear them prior to. We just got to react on whatever the question is. That's how it's popping. So,
Okay.
Trish, anything going on that you need the people to know about?
Not at this time. We do. Oh, actually, Tuesday I'm doing another collaborative
See.
conversation with Jesse Harris, and just kind of getting it back together because it's been a rough month.
Facts. And where can
So,
everybody find you? Find your collaborative conversation? I can't say that word.
my YouTube page for Latricia Penny, and yeah, that's where we'll be next. Well, actually, this coming Tuesday at 8. I will try to do what we're doing and post it. But we shall see. We shall see if I can get it. Yeah, my phone ain't been acting right. I'm trying to take pictures of QR codes and upload it. That ain't going through. So we just gonna know that because I was like, at least let me do that and do it on the story. What's really going on? I can't do nothing. And so I don't know. Once again, it may be the iPhone issue.
It's
But
an iPhone conspiracy, I feel.
yeah, it's like, what in the heck? It's been rough this week.
I see how you looking over there, Xavier. Whatever.
I didn't say a word. I didn't.
You didn't have to say nothing.
I ain't saying nothing. I just looked and iPhone. You said iPhone.
See how people act.
Yeah.
Mr. Black, what you got going on, and what do people need to pay attention to?
So, just to say, my website is up and running. And that you can find that at theXavierBlackExperience.com. You can also find me on Instagram, the Xavier Black Experience, _Xavier_Black_Experience. Same moniker on TikTok. On YouTube, I do have my YouTube page up, and now this is actually streaming on the YouTube page, but I'll be connecting that to my own podcast, The Inner Voice Echoes of Xavier Black. Stay tuned for that. But find that also on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. And yeah, that's where we at.
All right.
There you go, sir. All right. And I am Mr. Harris, and just check out my latest episode of Real Radio PHX. You can find us on Mixcloud at real_radio_PHX. Our August edition is out there. It's me, E-House, and DJ Cass, and we're just killing it with the R&B, hip hop, house, sending all our musical love and musical knowledge to all the people out there. Follow me on Instagram at Sherman, aka Mr. Harris. And if you need some fitness advice, you can follow me at Coach_Sherman on Instagram as well. That is Latricia Penny. That is Xavier Black. Together we are 6 to 12 Eyes. We will see you next time. Peace and love.
Peace and love.